Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam.
So that means he is following Krishna's direction, that's all. He doesn't mind that I am going to be enemy of Krishna. The principle is that he is following. If Krishna says that you become my enemy, so I can become his enemy. That is Bhakti Yoga. Yes, I want to satisfy Krishna. Just like a master is asking servant that you knock me. Yes. He is knocking that. So that is service. The others may see, oh, he is knocking and he is saying I'm serving. What is it? He is knocking. But master wants that you knock me. That is service. Service means that you obey the order of the master. It doesn't matter what it is. There is a very nice example in Lord Chaitanya's life that he has his personal servitor, Govinda. So after Lord Chaitanya would take prasadam, and then Govinda would take. So one day, Lord Chaitanya, after taking prasadam, he laid down himself on the threshold. What is called threshold? Door. Door. So Govinda crossed him. Govinda used to massage his leg after when he was taking rest. So Govinda crossed Lord Chaitanya and massaged his leg. Then Lord Chaitanya was sleeping, and after half an hour when he got, he said, Govinda, you are not taking your prasadam as yet? I know, sir. Why? I cannot cross you. You are lying down here. Now, how you can? I came cross. How? You first of all came cross and why not going crossing? But that I came to serve you. And now I cannot cross to be take my prasadam. That is not my duty. That is for myself. And it is for you. So for Krishna's pleasure, you can become his enemy, you can become his friend, you can become anything. That is Bhakti Yoga. Because your aim is how to please Krishna. And as soon as the point comes to please your senses, then you come to material. Krishna bhuliya jiv bhogavan chakare, pasete mayakare japotiya dhare. As soon as we forget Krishna and we want to do things for our sense gratification, that is Maya. And as soon as you give up the process of sense gratification and do everything for Krishna, that is liberation.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome all of you. So let us start with prayers. I request everybody to join in prayers. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshutarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki Jai Shri Shri Nitai Gaurang ki Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Bol. Hare Krishna everyone, welcome all of you. So in the video, Prabhupada was sharing a very nice understanding about how to serve Krishna. Serving Krishna means following the instruction of spiritual master. What master says, that we have to follow. That's all. No, no, our own understanding. What we do, we put our understanding, thinking that I am a very intelligent man, I am very advanced, so let me put my understanding. No, that is not the service. Service means what is being asked, that you just follow, that is called service. So Krishna asks Bhishma to fight with Bhishma. So Bhishma was doing service to Krishna. Bhishma, in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he was shooting arrows on the body of Krishna. But Bhishma is addressed as a great devotee of Krishna. He is one of the 12 Mahajanas. Mahajan means great authorities of the universe who are blessed, who are given the power of attorney to disseminate the message of the absolute truth in its perfection. They are called Mahajan. So Bhishma Pitama is one among them, among these 12 Mahajanas. 12 Mahajanas, who are they? I will describe later. There are 12 great, Maha means great, Jana means authorities. So 12 great authorities of the whole universal affair. If you want the perfect knowledge, because Vedas are very vast, we become confused. Many times it happens, in order to, we want to study the Vedas, so we read Vedas, Puranas, Upanishads, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, then we get confused. In Shiv Puran, Lord Shiva is supreme. Durga Puran, Durga is supreme. Vishnu Puran, Vishnu is supreme. And somebody else will come, no, no, my Baba is supreme. Sirdi wale Baba is supreme. Somebody else, no, no, everybody is supreme. All of us are God only. So then we become perplexed. Who is supreme? What to do? Now whom to follow? Then suddenly one Muslim fellow will come, Zakir Naik. He will say, no, no, no. In your dharma, everything is so confusion, very topsy-turvy understanding. You come to my religion, no confusion, only Allah is supreme. So we become Muslim. Oh, very nice. So much of confusion in our understanding in our religion. So how to understand, how to have very conclusive understanding? So if you want to have such understanding, then it is said in Bhagavatam, in Mahabharata itself, it comes, Tarko apratishtha shutayo vibhinnam. Tark means logic. Tark se apratishtha. You cannot establish who is supreme by logic. Acha, Durga is supreme, oh, Kali is supreme, because there is always possibility that a next person can come and he can have a more logic, better logic, and by his logic he can defeat you. I defeated you by putting logic that Krishna is supreme or somebody is supreme by logic. Somebody may come who is more intelligent in logic than me, he can defeat me, then that means my understanding is gone. So yes, so through logic we can never establish what is absolute truth. Absolute truth I have already explained, which does not depend on any other truth, that is called absolute truth. There are two truths, relative truth and absolute truth. Our existence, everybody's existence is relative truth, the truth which depends on the three facets of time, past, present and future, that is called relative truth. You see, now your existence depends on truth, past, present and future. Yes, it depends. Before 20 years, 25 years you are there, no, you are not there. Today you are there, yes, today is there. After 80 years you will be there, no. So in all the three facets of time you don't exist, so your existence is relative truth. I'm talking about this body, not about the soul. Soul is eternal, soul is absolute truth, the part of absolute truth. But this body, existence of the body is not the absolute truth, this is relative truth. Your relationship, you see, family, your father, is your father real father? His existence is absolute? No, that is also not absolute truth. Before 20 years he was not your father, he was not even he was not even married also. So their existence is also related truth. Your any other relative, your college, your accomplishment, all these things are related truth, and related truth are of no value. A sober man, a Buddha, those who are intelligent, they don't take pleasure, they don't delight into anything relative to truth. They are not elated by getting something relative truth. Oh, I'm now very rich man, I'm very successful man, I have topped this exam, that exam, I have achieved this success, that success, so many things. But an intelligent man will not take delight in all of these things, because he understands these are just a matter of time. Everything will be swept away by the strong force of time, because our body, this material world, is in constant flux. Just like magnetic flux, electric flux, it changes. and then there is a current. In the same way, in our body, in the whole universe, in fact, it is in complete flux, and things are changing drastically. Today you are a billionaire, tomorrow you can become poor beggar. Today, just like 2 3 years before, one lady from Calcutta who used to sing in the train, after one incident happened, she was singing very melodiously, very nicely. Even somebody said that as compared to as Lata Mangeshkar, her voice was so sweet, but she was traveling. She was very poor, poverty-stricken conditions she was living in, and but singing was very fantastic. Her voice was the best. And somebody took a video, captured video, and that video became viral. So Bollywood people, all those people, they are calling, inviting her, and they are giving her a chance to sing, and that's how she became famous. Just see, one time she was a poverty-stricken condition and beggar, cannot afford a meal in a day. Sometimes 2 3 days she has to fast. But now just see, it's just a matter of time. Now the time has come. She has become celebrity, now popular around the globe. So this is all the relative truth. You are a beggar, you are a poor, you are a less intelligent, you are intelligent, you have all these name fame, you are black, you are white, you are a girl, you are a boy, you are a male. All these things are relative truth. Any intelligent person will not take pleasure in such relative truths, because relative truth means it does not exist simply. It is just a dream going on. You are in a dream and you are experiencing, yes, dream breaks, everything is gone. So therefore it is said, those who are ramate buddha, na tesu ramate buddha. Na means not, tesu means in sab mein, ramate means raman karna, means pleasure lena, delight karna. Buddha means intelligent. Those who are intelligent, they will not take pleasure into such achievements. So now you can check, here is checkpoints. If you are intelligent, you will not delight into temporary things which are related to it. And today the civilization is that we all take pleasure in related truths only. We don't have understanding about absolute truth. What is absolute truth? Absolute truth means which is eternal, which is never ever related to the time, whether it is past, present, or future. It always exists without it, irrespective of time, irrespective of situation, irrespective of circumstances, irrespective of people, place, position. None of the sort can influence that. That is called absolute truth. So have you seen in your life any absolute truth? My question to all of you, have you ever seen absolute truth in your life? Never. Purpose of life is जीवस्य तत्व जिज्ञासा नाशस्य कर्म भी. So the purpose of life, जीवस्य, जो जीव लोग हैं, इनका purpose of life is to do an inquiry, tattva, to understand the absolute truth, to know absolute truth. Who is absolute truth? And what is the difference between both the two? That is the purpose of life. And actually if you look back in your intrinsic nature, our deepest instinct desire is to always look for something which is eternal. We want to live for eternity. We don't want to die. We want to remain always young. No death, no disease, no pain, nothing. But all these things are imposed upon us much against your wish and will and desires. None of us wants that we should die, but we will die without any exception. Then why? Question is why we have to die? Why death is forced? So nobody knows. Therefore, these questions are not asked. I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows in the world. So therefore, this question they have put aside. Don't ask. Don't inquire about such question. If somebody is discussing about such question, then he will be called as pessimistic person, third class, and a primitive, no understanding, no rust in life. He's near us without any mellows. Always talks about death, death, death. Oh, life is full of colors. Life was full of glitter, glamour. Just enjoy. No, why to think so much? So no, this is not the life. Life is, we are all here to inquire what is truth, what is truth, what is absolute truth. And unless you know the truth, you can never be happy. Just like, for example, if you have encountered any disease in your body, unless you go for a diagnosis to a doctor and get diagnosed what is the thing for which I am suffering, unless you come to the truth, you cannot get the right kind of medicine. And if you don't take a medicine, you cannot get treated. And unless you are treated, you cannot be happy. You'll always into suffering situation. So therefore, if you want to be happy, you must know what is truth. And for understanding truth, you must do inquiry. That is called jigyasa. Therefore, it is says, athato brahma jigyasa. And to whom to whom you can do jigyasa? Approach a spiritual master and obey the orders of spiritual master. What spiritual master says, that you follow, that is called jigyasa. And then you can understand the truth, because tad vidhi pranipatena, surrender, pariprashnena, question, sevaya, then do service. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya updekshanti, then he will deliver. Te jnanam, the knowledge unto you, because jnanina tattvadarshina, he has seen the truth. Tattvadarshi, he has seen the absolute truth. What is truth? He has seen, so he can deliver you that thing also. So that's what Prabhupada was explaining here, that what Prabhupada has said, what a master says, that you follow by giving a beautiful story of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This past time happened in Jagannath Puri. There is a place called Gambhira in Jagannath Puri, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lived 24 years of his sannyas order. And this time Prabhupada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took his dinner and went for sleep. But this Govinda, who used to massage the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went and sleep on the doorway, so he could not cross. But because he had to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so he crossed and served. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then, but he was there only. He was sitting there. He was not doing anything. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked whether you have your meal. You had your meal. So he said, no. Why didn't you have meal? Because you are sleeping on the doorway. How can I cross you? So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he remarked that, but you crossed me, no? How did you come here? Then he said, because I wanted to serve you. Unless I cross you, I cannot serve you. So in order to serve you, I can cross you. But now I'll cross for my satisfaction, for my bodily satisfaction. So for my satisfaction, I cannot cross you at least. So therefore I didn't cross. So see, this is the master. This was the understanding in our culture. This was the teaching. Not that somebody had taught him. It was trained in him. It was inculcated in him from birth. Now I ask from you, to how many of you have such qualities? No person, nobody, 0% of the population. Some exceptions are there who has such culture, sanskar, character, which are being given in the school days, or not in school. Parents, they have somewhat they have given. Otherwise, today's parents are motivating students, go do this, that, become millionaire, billionaire, no culture, nothing, no sanskar. And then finally that sanskar only will become curse for the parents. That son, he will become elder, he will go to some high profile, and then what he will do? Because now he'll see, my parents are useless fellow, they are only torturing us, they are only disturbing us, so let them put in the old age home. So now the culture of old age is so prominent now. It is increasing day by day. Who is doing all this? We only are doing. We are the responsible. Earlier, this was not the culture of old age home, nothing. So this is our advancement. So अभी आज हम आ रहे थे तो एसएमएस के सामने सवाई मानसिंह स्टेडियम, यहाँ जो एमबीबीएस कॉलेज है, मेडिकल कॉलेज जयपुर में, उसके सामने एक बहुत बड़ा बिल्डिंग कंस्ट्रक्शन चल रहा है. सो आई आज सो समबडी सेड दैट कि प्रभु जी यहाँ पर कंस्ट्रक्शन कर रहे हैं, एक हॉस्पिटल बन रहा है, वर्ल्ड का सबसे बड़ा हॉस्पिटल एशिया का आई थिंक, जिसमें मल्टी स्टोरीज बिल्डिंग है, मल्टी स्टोरीज ऑलमोस्ट 12-13 स्टोरीज बिल्डिंग बनेगा, और ऊपर हेलीपैड भी बनेगा, जैसे कि हेलीकॉप्टर भी वहां पर वो हो सकता है. So then he said, Prabhuji, very advanced technology they are using. So then I remarked, see, this is our advancement. Advancement means hospitals should go down, MBBS college should be stopped, engineers should be closed, no MBBS, no engineering, nothing of a sort, because there is no problems in life. People are happy. That is advancement. No, if you call that we are advancing, that means no, the ratio of suffering people should go down. People should not get disease. People should be happy. But what is happening in contrast? People are simply becoming more and more, they are getting entrapped by diseases. They are contaminating so many diseases. And that's how hospitals are increasing, and everything is happening. They are building 11, 12 stories buildings. So this is what the advancement, our advancement. But this is not the real advancement. Real advancement means all the problems of life should go down, and we should be happy. But that is not the condition today. Anyway, so this is the situation outside world, but we have to inquire about the truth. So that's what the same thing today's verse is describing what I spoke. Today's verse, if we read the translation, then Krishna is saying, yesterday we had discussed about, you know, yesterday we discussed about eternal permanent bank account, है ना? But today Krishna is giving another wonderful understanding that व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धि एकेह कुरु नंदन बहु शाखा ही अनंताश्च बुद्धयो अव्यवसायिनाम. व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धि means resolute Krishna consciousness. व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धि means intelligence. एकेह कुरु नंदन, एक कुरु नंदन means Arjun, एक means one. A person who is having one goal, they are resolute in their determination. Bahu shakha, if they have many branches, then they are not resolute. Their intelligence is buddhayo avyavasainam. Buddhi becomes irresolute. Then you cannot, affirm what is right, what is wrong. When you have many branches, this. So, iska practical example kya hai? Just like you want to achieve many things at one time. So then your attention will be distributed. What should I do? What should I not do? Then you will be confused and you cannot do anything. The best thing is that best performance is that one thing you do at one time. Yes or no? Even supercomputer, they say this is supercomputer. Supercomputer speed is very fast, and it executes about thousands of instructions at one time. So when we say that supercomputer is very fast, that is only mean that it executes one instruction at one time, but its execution process is very fast. Not that parallelly it is doing execution. In computer science, you would read in logic in computing, there is subject LIC, logic in computing. There they explain all these things, serial computation and parallel computation. And there in the beginning you will get to the understanding that maybe so computers are executing parallel instruction at same time, but no, it is not the case. Computer will execute one instruction at one time, but in serial it will execute serially, but in parallel it will execute parallelly. First this that. So this is what here explained by Krishna. Vyavashaya, when your consciousness is resolute, then you will have only one goal at one time. But when you are not resolute in your purpose, in your determination, then what will happen? ये भी कर लो, वो भी कर लो. बहु शाखा, यार here you see, बहु शाखा means many branch. जैसे पेड़ पे होता है ना, बहुत सारी शाखाएं निकलती रहती हैं. In the same way, we'll also have many branches. Anantas means unlimited branches. So many desires will come, so many thoughts will come. ये भी कर लेते हैं, वो भी achieve कर लेते हैं. There is no clarity in life, what to do, what not to do. So that same thing Krishna is here explaining, that when your consciousness is resolute, then you will have one goal in life. But when your consciousness is not resolute, your mind is uncontrolled, then you will have many branches. And that's how your buddhi will become corrupted. So the translation is, and how to have resolute consciousness? When one is Krishna conscious, then he will be resolute in determination, resolute in purpose. Those who are on this path are resolute in purpose, and their aim is one. Which path? This path means last श्लोक में हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया था, भक्ति योगा, Krishna consciousness. Those who are following Krishna consciousness, they are resolute in purpose. So if you want to be resolute, then follow this path, Krishna consciousness. You will see that you are very focused. Your desire is not many desires. You will have one goal at one time, and you will be very concentrated, focused, and enthusiastic to achieve that. And their aim is one. Oh, beloved child of the Kurus, the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many branched. Very nicely, Prabhupada write the purport. Quickly, I'll finish, then we'll conclude the session. A strong faith in Krishna consciousness that one should be elevated to the highest perfection of life is called Vyavasayatmika intelligence. What is called Vyavasayatmika intelligence? Strong faith in Krishna consciousness that one should be elevated to the highest perfection of life is called Vyavasayatmika intelligence. So इसका मतलब यही है कि हमें भगवान पे इतना फेथ होना, हमें कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस में इतना विश्वास होना है, स्ट्रॉन्ग फेथ होना है कि by following this I can achieve the highest perfection of life. And if you have this understanding, then you are resolute in your intelligence. This is called Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. And then faith, the definition of faith is explained. Faith means unflinching trust in something sublime. You have unflinching, nobody can shake. That is called faith. Now the second paragraph, the highest perfection of Krishna consciousness is renunciation of the material conception of life. Material conception of life means परफॉर्मिंग फ्रूटिव एक्टिविटी, जो कि हम लोगों ने कल भी डिस्कस किया था, परसों भी डिस्कस किया था. सो दैट इज द हाईएस्ट परफेक्शन, टू रेनाउंस दिस मेंटालिटी ऑफ फ्रूटिव एक्टिविटी, परफॉर्मिंग फ्रूटिव एक्टिविटी, एंड एक्सेप्ट, सी, negation of, if you want to negate something, that does not mean you don't do anything. No, negation of something is not inertia. Negation of something means you do something positive. For example, Prabhupada gives an example, wonderful example. Suppose घर में छोटा बच्चा बहुत ही नॉटी है और उस बहुत सारी शरारतें करता है, माँ को परेशान करके रख दिया, तो या तो माँ एक चीज कर सकती है, चुपचाप से डांट के बैठा दे, चुपचाप से बैठ जाओ तुम यहाँ पर, कुछ नहीं करोगे. So that is called negation of the activity. He was performing notorious activity. Now mother has chastised him and he has asked him to sit down at one place. So this is one way of dealing the problems. Yesterday somebody had asked me one question also, how to deal with the mind. So here Prabhupada again here says, so one way of dealing is you ask the child to sit down calmly and don't disturb, because child is very notorious by nature. Now there is another understanding, there is another way of dealing the problems. What can mother do? Mother can not only asking the child to sit down calmly, idly, not doing anything, but at the same time, mother can also engage her child in some activity which are constructive, which are not the disturbing activity. Like asked her child to study. Bring your all the subjects and sit down here and study. So this is another way of engaging the child. The first way is not very intelligent way. Second way of dealing the problem is very constructive way and intelligent way also. Because child is by nature is flickering, restless. If you will ask him to sit down, how long he will stay? He will again run away, flee. But if you ask him to study, and then agar uska man lag gaya usme, then he will go on studying. He will not even in future he will not disturb only. He will, whenever he'll get time, he'll go and study nicely, because now he is getting the taste in that. So this is the way Krishna consciousness deals with the problem. Krishna consciousness not only asks you to be negative, negate karo isko, mat karo. Ye problem mein create karta, don't do this. You are in the problem because of this person, don't follow him, don't talk to him. No, this is not the right way to deal the problem. Dealing the problem in constructive way is having a constructive understanding, have good engagement. You engage yourself in Krishna consciousness activity, then you will be happy. So here when it is said renounce, so renounce means ऐसा नहीं कि सब कुछ छोड़ दो. No, renunciation means you renounce your material conception of life, but accept spiritual conception of life. That is called start following Krishna consciousness. Do the activity for satisfaction of Krishna. Yesterday we was reading, no, when you perform the activity for Krishna, you will be always ever blissful experience you will get when you do service for Krishna, because you have not known who is Krishna. If you do something for Krishna, Krishna will do unlimited thing for you. That faith you should have. That's what here explained. Faith means unflinching trust. You should have unflinching trust, something sublime. And this is the most sublime thing, that Krishna is our real well-wisher. This Krishna is our dear Lord. We are intimately connected to him. So this is the most sublime understanding, and we should have unflinching trust into this subject matter. So now I think you have understood. Renunciation does not mean सब कुछ छोड़ के चले जाओ, संन्यास ले लो and बैठ जाओ, Om Shanti. No, like you see devotees, we are not here taking mala and Om Shanti chant karna. We are always active from 9:30, from 3:30 to 9:30 in the night, 10:30, 11. From morning till night, devotees are active, doing preaching, that activity, this activity, organizing big events, meeting people, guiding them, counseling them. and giving the highest understanding of life, how you should lead a life perfectly. That is what Krishna consciousness is. So you should also do this. Don't stop the activity, but change the understanding, change your consciousness, change your mindset. Now I was doing activity for my sense gratification. I should be enjoyed. I should be adored. People should glorify me. But now your understanding should be Krishna should be glorified by my the same activity. है ना? This state is automatically achieved by so इसको आप externally आप extraneously you want to achieve? No. Systematically, progressively achieve without any extraneous endeavor. कैसे? This state is automatically achieved by progressive Krishna consciousness. As you advance, as you go on chanting more and more, you attend the classes more and more every day, you will see that you are getting changed, you are getting transformed. आपको लगेगा यार सेम डिस्कशन प्रभु करते हैं, but no, from inside job is happening inside. This knowledge, this talking, this discussion, this words which you are hearing, it is entering your ear and going in your heart and cleansing your heart. Cheto darpan marjana, your heart is contaminated, you have so many material desires, you have all the bad qualities, all those qualities will be wiped out and you will become a pure personality. Just by chanting same Hare Krishna mantra, just by hearing same subject matter about Bhagavad Gita. This is the potency in this mantra, this process. Okay, this resolute purpose of a person in Krishna consciousness based on knowledge. What is knowledge? Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha means Krishna is everything, the cause of all causes, by which one comes to know perfectly that Vasudeva or Krishna is the root of all manifested cause. Krishna is the cause of all causes. As water on the root of a tree is automatically distributed to the leaves and branches in Krishna consciousness, one can render the highest service to everyone. जिस तरीके से आप रूट में पानी डालें तो लीव्स, ब्रांचेस, twigs all are satisfied and nourished. In the same way, in Krishna consciousness, one can render the highest service to everyone. If you want to do best philanthropic activity, no, you do Krishna consciousness. Namely, self, family, society, country, human society, etc. Everybody will be nourished. If Krishna is satisfied by one section, then everyone will be satisfied and you will be happy. Yasmin tuste jagat tushta. If Krishna is happy, you will be happy, whole world will be happy, because everybody is related to Krishna. So with this, I will stop. If you have any question, you can ask. Otherwise, you can continue. Any question? Any personal question also you can ask. And I request everybody to every day chant Hare Krishna mantra. Most preferably morning time is most preferred time, and you can join every day. We have japa session, you can come and chant. And if you're not able to do that, at least chant 3 rounds, 4 rounds more, try to chant more and more. Then you see how you advance in Krishna consciousness, how you will be happy whole day, how you will enjoy your life like anything. Okay? Hare Krishna. किसी का कोई प्रश्न है? साई नरेश, सौमेन, योगेश, धीरज, किसी का कोई प्रश्न है तो पूछ सकते हैं.